on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? Buckle up. There's football coming your way. All that and more coming up next.
The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Greg, love this matchup. We got a couple of defensive-minded teams in this one. They love to press the quarterback. They press those wide receivers on the corners. Man, points are going to be tough to come by in this one.
And as good as the defenses think they're going to be entering today's game, Mike, I think it really flips the pressure on the opposing offenses. Make the most of your opportunities. Each possession matters. Don't turn the ball over. Don't be afraid to punt it back and play a little field position. The game within the game, I think, is a critical factor for ultimately who finds himself victorious at the end of this matchup.
Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go from Tampa. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Yeah, you have to feel good, Mike, seeing Baker Mayfield back established as a franchise NFL quarterback. He had such a tough journey these last couple years, bouncing around multiple spots around the league. And then last year, down in Tampa, he has a chance to get them to the NFC Championship game just a few plays away. If he continues to play up to his potential, this team's going to be tough to beat.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They give to Hall. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Another run here with Hall. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down. On play action, Rodgers. That one intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
The Bucs offense going to take over now for the second time. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll put a receiver in motion right. On 1st down is Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. One of the tight ends in motion right. On 2nd down, Baker. A short one there to Otten. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
A run on 1st and goal. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. And that is caught. He fought through the contact for the touchdown. There is a marker down, but that may be on the defense. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Jets offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. From the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Hall. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
First down for Aaron. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part, so once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On 4th down, the Jets turn it to the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Back deep for the Bucs, their speedster Trey Palmer. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll send a tight end in motion right. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Open man downfield, that's Godwin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Motion man sent right. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Off he goes. He is in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Buccaneers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers will extend their 1st quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. He'll go again with Hall. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
On comes Thomas Morstead. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. The Bucs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Irving. The defense stringing him out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
One of the tight ends motions right. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He finds his tight end, Keith. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, a run with Irving. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Mayfield. Into space at the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Receiver in motion, going right. Now Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
1 quarter in the books. The Bucs have the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. Got a man downfield, it's Wilson. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On the give, it's Hall. Whoa! And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run. This is Hall. And a nice run. He's got a 1st down tackle made right at the 35-yard line. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. From his corner spot, Jamel Dean ends that play. Throwing, Rodgers. That's complete to Jeremy Ruckert. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Levante David doing his work on defense. Here's a 2nd and 9. A give. Here's Hall. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Rodgers now. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Rodgers. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Xavier Gibson. Touchdown, New York. Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. He's got it. And the Jets are on the board. It's now 14-7. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. To return is Tucker. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. On 1st down is Mayfield. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And There wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A tight end in motion now. Here's Irving. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Trying the left side, here's Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's complete. It's Malachi Corley.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A run here with Hall. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the 1st down inside the 25.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Rodgers. That one's caught. It's Isaiah Davis. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll try to run it with Hall. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Jets are back within 4 at 14-10.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
And Zuerlein comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he'll take this to about the 28. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Here's 2nd and 9. Baker to throw. A short one there to Otten. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Down the field, it's Evans. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
Let's go.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. He finds his tight end, Keith. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's caught. It's Evans. A pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
They send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, Baker. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. 3rd down coming up.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position, and I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10. Final second now of this first half as this one is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. Now Rodgers. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The Bucs were treated to a fine first half by their quarterback. That's Baker Mayfield. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Kone Wanwu now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He finds Wilson coming across the field. Down the left sideline. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for 1st and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets are able to cut it to 4. 17-13.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And Zuerlein comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. To return is Tucker. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Here's Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Irving. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Tight end motioning left. Right back to Irving. And he's in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Rodgers on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Conklin goes in motion. They'll try to run for it with Hall. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. On the ground, it's Irving. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. Third and 5. Throwing is Mayfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
Here's Gibson to return. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Conklin goes in motion. On third down, here's Hall. A gain there of 11, and the Jets have a first down.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
A pass caught right side by Conklin.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They give to Hall. Yeah! And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
They'll go again with Hall. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Rodgers to throw. A toss left side caught by his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Here's Rodgers. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up first and goal.
To throw, it's Rodgers. To the goal line and in. Xavier Gibson. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Following the touchdown, the Jets have Rodgers ready to go for 2. A give up the middle with Hall. A dive, and he's in. The 2-point conversion is successful.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go again here with Irving. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll motion a tight end right. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Irving. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So now Rodgers and the Jets ready to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Hall. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a first down. Throwing, Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Rodgers. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Mayfield. It's complete to Evans. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A give. This is Irving. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
There's Evans. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
A throw on the run is complete. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On first down, here's Irving. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. On 2nd down, Baker. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And they have the first down. So they get the completion on 1st and 5. And now they'll set up 1st and 10.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Rodgers now. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Over the middle, that's Corley. And he will score! Game on! Malachi Corley. Touchdown, Jets. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Irving now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They send Evans in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Now, screen set up for Irving. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And he nearly got the first down there. We'll give him 9 yards, but setting up a very manageable 3rd and 1.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
That is caught. He got Godwin. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Here comes Otten in motion. Here's Irving, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The Jets offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the option, here's Hall. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. A give. Here's Hall. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. That one taken in by Corley. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Jets 1st down.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. He keeps it himself. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
1st down for Aaron. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Play action now with Rodgers. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That is caught back corner of the end zone. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, New York. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now Zerline for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Jets have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here comes Tucker. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. On first down is Mayfield. There's that man again, another catch. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down, 8 for the first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's second down. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Gonna need a big play now. Third down and long. Here's Mayfield. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Trying the left side, here's Hall. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. Second down and 8. They will run it over center with Hall. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.